Ridana channel. Today I'm taking us all to the heritage line. African Day was last week. I think it was Wednesday or is it Tuesday. I come today to let us know what our forefathers did before today. I'm wearing beads, as you can see. These are all African made. In those days, this cowries is what they use as money throughout Africa. It's to celebrate our heritage. Even though African Day has passed, but I come today for us to celebrate this day. So I'm wearing African beads. If you go to Africa, the monarchs, the princesses and queens wear this during their festivals. And as you can see, this is used throughout West Africa. Where I'm wearing, it comes with different names, and each culture have different ones. Let me grab this and come back. I have so many beads that come from different parts of Africa, especially in West Africa. Today being like the African Day passed last week. Well, I'm like, what's the very day than to teach African culture to the diaspora and then to our brothers and sisters in the new world, whether it's the Afro-American, the Afro-Caribbean, Afro-European. Before modern clothes, we know, these are the clothes that our forefathers invented. This is hand-woven clothes, African made. These are what they use. Today they change it a little bit around. Well, like different textures and colors. And then the normal ones, what they used to have before, is this one. If you go to Africa, these are the common African print that we use. Today, you name it, you go to South Africa, they have this in South Africa. We use it, it's hand-woven, wove throughout the continent of Africa, North Africa, East Africa, West Africa, Southern Africa. You go to the Zulu and the Xhosa, they all use this for their traditional wedding. We use it if you go to Nigeria, you name it, the whole West Africa, the continent of Africa. This is what we were before. And this is what our forefathers and mothers invented. And these are beads, African beads that I'm wearing. I'm trying to celebrate African Day, even though it's past. Belated African Day. Today, I just came to I came back from Ghana, and I feel like I need to celebrate this heritage. What I'm wearing is before, this is what they use for marriages in Africa. This is cowries. This is what they use for money, for engagement, for dowry, which is wedding, to marry women in those days. When people say our civilizations didn't do anything, when people say Africans were primitive, we were never primitive. We did a lot. Yes, civilization, kingdoms rise and fall. That doesn't mean that if we fall down, doesn't mean that we cannot come back one day again. The reason why I'm coming out with this culture, the rich culture we have, is just to remind each of us, especially in the African continent, especially in West Africa, to the leadership and everything, to the young generation, for us to cherish our heritage. If you go to Africa, we have different way of wearing these African beads. In West Africa, especially in Ghana, Togo area, Benin area, maybe part of Nigeria. In Ghana, in my culture, the northern culture, we wear beads on our waist, under our clothing. And some put them on the neck. But these days, some people will see you with beads on your waist and they say, "What are you wearing beads on your waist?" We have different cultures in Africa, and each culture, ethnicity practice the way they do things differently. In my part of the world where I come from, I was born and raised in Africa, we put our beads in our waist. And what I'm wearing is handmade cloth from the continent of Africa. These are from Southern Africa. Here, this is Southern Africa one, which we still have in West Africa. We make them different ones. It's to remind each of us our obligation and duty for Mother Africa and the continent of Africa, that we all need to talk and fight and stand up for Mother Africa. How do we do that? By celebrating our culture, by promoting it, by becoming aware that Africa was never a primitive continent. Africa was never a dark continent. You know, when I did my DNA and I found out that my paternal haplogroup from my Y chromosome goes all the way to the Pharaoh Ramses III. And then I realized that indeed we Africans have this DNA in us, that the Egyptian pharaohs, the first pharaohs, were black Africans, just like you and I. Every human being is related in this world. You name it, the English, the Europeans, the Chinese, the Indians, we are all out of one grandfather, one grandmother. Today, as I speak, if you take me and come get my mother's side to get the Egyptian Khufu and all those dynasties in my blood, so did each of us. Our civilizations rule the world, just like how kingdoms rise and fall. My forefather happened to create the kingdom of Wala, and today we are not the rulers anymore. But that doesn't mean that we don't live. That doesn't mean that we still don't love the continent. We love the continent. For us to sit in Africa and let the few, the 1% of Africa, to destroy the whole continent of Africa, turn it into family owned, and we are not doing anything. When you talk, people say, what can we do? What can we say? We don't say you should do anything. But what you can do, and the fundamental right you have as a citizen of every nation, is that to stand up for your right. Because God put us on this planet for a purpose. For us to do what? To stand up. As you get up every day to walk, eat and drink and pray, it's the same thing that you have to do. What will you say when your contract ends and you go back and the Lord asks you, God asks you, my son or daughter, how did you spend your time? The contract you signed with me, the oath you took with me to come to this world. What did you do? What impact did you make in that world? What would be your answer? That I just mind my business and came back. That means you won't be getting a new contract to go anywhere. So let's voice our opinion. Let's stand together as one, as Africans, as humans, and fight for the continent of Africa. Nobody can come in and fix Africa for us except ourselves. You cannot sit. And God said, when people say God will provide, God will do it, God itself said we should help ourselves till he gets there. You don't sit and wait for things to get back and you start crying for God. When you hear that something is coming, a tree is falling or something, you don't sit down there and say, because God is going to help you for the tree not to follow you, sit there and let the tree crush you. No, you run. And God save and make sure that the tree doesn't come towards where you run into. And that's what each of us are obligated and duty to stand up for Mother Africa, for the continent of Africa. You know, what is going on in Ghana today is appalling. For you to sit and let 1% of the population to steal everything that Ghana has. You know, whatever is going on, this current government is doing in Ghana is generations upon generations are the ones that are going to pay for this bad deed they are doing today. Selling the whole continent, you know, intimidating people. Even when I was in Ghana, I was part of the intimidation. They put me under their watch list, follow me everywhere, block everything. I couldn't even receive money to buy anything. And that's the intimidation. That doesn't make me to give up. When I was in Ghana, everybody labeled me as an NDC. Simply because I speak the truth. And that does not deter me, or that does not scare me to say, because of that, I'm going to give up what I'm doing. If I say I'm not NDC and they're claiming that I'm NDC, so be it. I announced a couple of days ago that I pledged my allegiance to the National Democratic Congress, NDC. The umbrella, it stands for everybody, poor, the rich, everybody. I stand for that party who unite people, who think about everybody in Ghana, who doesn't discriminate, who doesn't say this is not a Ghanaian, this is Ghanaian. I stand for that party. And if telling the truth will make few Ghanaians to label me as an NDC, so be it. I'm waiting for my card. I just sent in my membership. And to let everybody know, yes, we all cannot be under one party. We are in democracy. And diversity is good for everything. As you can see, as you all are aware, my husband happened to be a white. That doesn't mean that my fellow black people say, why are you marrying a white? It's my business. Whatever I do with my life is my business. But when it comes to your countries, you can't sit and say whatever the leaders do is their business. It's going to be your business too. Because you have nowhere to go. I'm fortunate enough. I have American citizen because I'm American citizen because I'm married to American and I migrated into America almost 30 years ago, have kids, everything. I pretty much grew up lived longer in America than when I was in Ghana. So I have somewhere to go. Some of you guys don't have anywhere to go. And that's the reason why you should stand up to go out there and demonstrate. You vote the leaders in place, and when they come into power and forget who put them into offices, it's you, the people that voted them in place, duty to show them who are the boss. It's not the politicians. It's you guys that are the boss to show them. You know, there were a president in Sudan, President Bashir, did the same dictatorship, a tyrant, did everything, go after people. It was common bread that women couldn't feed their children and families. They took to the street and demonstrate peacefully and were able to topple that government. Today, ask yourself, you know, when we were sitting there and letting people to come out viciously to attack the former President John Dramani Mahama, whereby all of us sat silent and watched. Some laughed, and a Pepe this, and a Pepe to me this, and a Northerner can no rule the country over our dead body. Today, do you know the most happiest thing in my life was that God has teaching Ghanaians a lesson. God has opened our eyes to let us to realize that at times when you have a good thing in front of you, you don't see it till it's too late. Today, over our lifetime, since I was born and raised in Ghana, I left Ghana in my teens. I never see anything like what is happening in today Ghana. Whether it's about selling everything, whether it's trying to say that they are the well-educated, the most elite Ghanaian, they own Ghana and they don't even hide it. They come to sit on platforms and so do whole Ghana. Nobody is immune and say all kinds of things. They own Ghana, they can do whatever they want, intimidating people, arresting people, creating their own Delta Force, selling all the resources in Ghana, and to the point that when they know they are about to leave and they don't have a way, even the IMF refused to give them loans because of what they've been doing with the loans, hiding them in European countries. When the European bound them, they take that money to Dubai. Ask yourself, fellow countrymen and women, what was the purpose for the former current president, President Akufo-Addo, and the administration to go to Dubai and lit up the Burj Khalifa Ghana flag? For what? Ask yourselves. Let us sit and become naive and be in denial and say, oh, whatever they are doing, these people are dangerous. They are killing people. They are doing this. They are disappearing people. My dear brothers and sisters, whatever we do, whether we like it or not, what comes up must go down at the end of the day. No matter what we do in this planet, we're all going to pass. Nobody can achieve mortality. So it's our duty, if you want your child or your unborn child to inherit a better future in Ghana, it's time for you guys to stand up and cry for the world to come to your rescue. It's time for each Ghanaian, every Ghanaian, to take to the street and demonstrate peacefully. What is happening in that country is unheard of. You know, I remember, I'm probably say I'm a product of Rawlings. That's the only president I ever knew growing up. When Rawlings came into power, Rawlings seized people's property. If you couldn't provide or show that your great-grandfather acquired wealth and overnight you become wealthy and you are in politics, your ten's access has to be seized, and he did that. Today, every Ghanaian, whether it's church, whether it's mosque, whether it's synagogue, whether it's temple, anything you believe in, as I stand here, I'm a Jew, anything you believe in, you need to call in your God. If I always say, if we don't believe in one God, the Ghanaians will have one ancestor. Let's start calling them. Rawlings ever said something, may he rest in peace. That would making the mistake taking a Quran and Bible to the parliament and things to let people store. No swear, no Ghanaian, no African is scared of a Bible or a Quran. That's not what they are allegiance to. That's not what their forefathers are known to. Give them their bosom. Put their traditional beliefs in place for them to swear and see whether the country Ghana will not be project on a platform that every Ghanaian will benefit from. You come after people to say all kinds of things. Ask yourself, fellow countrymen, was it necessary when the student cannot sit in the classroom, cannot have a book to read? I was in Ghana donating the fundraiser I did, the money I got. I went to villages in schools. I was sharing tears to see a child lay on her belly to learn, whereby that 1% of the politicians, it's not all of them, don't judge me wrong, some are out there for the average Ghanaian, but 1/2 of them are in it for their pocket. I was sharing tears to see a child, the future of the continent, the future of Ghana is laying stomach first so that they can write. And you call yourself a God-fearing nation. You call yourself, you believe in God. The president, you call yourself, you're building a Catholic church. I don't think the Pope will even appreciate it. And I don't think God will accept that church. God said, what do? The 10th commandment. Do what God put you in this planet to do. Take care of the poor, a child, the orphans, those that are less fortunate. Make sure you help them out. And if you do that, you do my God duty. Today, you're stealing everything. Whether it's about 80 million pounds that were diverted, I'm calling this, to England and was seized at the airport. I'm calling it. Today, I'm calling this too. Whether it's about 35 million pounds that they claim the president and his inner circle bought a house in London. I'm calling this too. Today, Ghanaians, let's ask ourselves, were we better off for former President John Dramani Mahama administration, or are we better off today? They will say what Nkrumah said, forward ever, backwards never. But today, Ghana is backwards. Whether we like it or not, it's happening. When I went to Ghana to do these donations, go to villages, to visit my own family, and I went to places to see how can we do, even we the Africans, what can we do? We shouldn't sit and wait for only foreign donors, foreign charities. Let's come together as Africans. Let's come together as Ghanaians. Any small can help to add our head together. That one head, 2 heads are better than one, to see what we can get our country to when it comes to the future leaders of that continent. And I went around. I went to a village, Fonsi, and I saw that one guy actually fixed 1 classroom chairs from his own pocket. I was so happy to see a Ghanaian coming out to do this. I was so happy. And I pray that may the Lord give us all this vision to let us know that we are our sisters and brothers keepers, so we can help each other to build the nation. Nation building is all of us duty. It's not one person. Believe me, if we want Ghana to go forward, if we want the Ghana that we love, and we know that we have no way to go as Ghanaians, except Ghana, the country Ghana, it's time for every Ghanaian to take to the street. Demonstrate, demand accountability. You guys were out there, they were like the Christian Council, the vigilante group, The what and what, so many groups came out demonstrating. I see Yvonne Nelson and them all came out during President John Dramani time to demonstrate how this former president was messing up Ghana money. They came out with propaganda. I saw Captain Smart, at least he came out to apologize that they bought houses. John Dramani Mahama bought houses in Dubai, what and what. All those things were propaganda simply because they were given money to do this. And today, let's say, they say when you dig a hole for your enemy to fall in, make sure you dig the hole big. At the end of the day, you may come on top of your enemy. Today, inshallah, we're seeing it all in Ghana. I think Captain Smart were arrested some time ago and was released again. I see all those people. But you know what? My brothers and sisters who voice your opinion for Ghana, for the nation, kudos to all of you guys. May the Lord protect you and keep you voicing up and bless you with the voice and energy for you to save that nation. We need every Ghanaian involvement, whether it's the students, whether it's the nurses, the teachers, the homemakers. You know, you guys all need to take to the street for them to see how serious this country becomes. Whether it's about going to the market to buy food, basic necessity things that you need. I said something and I repeat it again. Yes, we have free market throughout the world now. We practice democracy and part of capitalism. What people do to ease when things are hard on capitalism or democracy, the leadership or the president of each country will come out with a way to help the free market people. Whether it's giving them tax break, we're paying the taxes and they're not using it for anything anyway. Give them a break. If you go to the gas companies, the gasoline people who have the petrol stations, who are paying taxes, if you go and say, listen, this year, due to this economic hardship that is going on, we're going to give you a credit. And this credit can go for 2 years on taxes. You need to come down with your pipe price. You put a law in place for all the gas companies, which you call petrol or diesel companies in Ghana to follow. If you do that, the pumps will ease and the drivers will not keep on increasing their charge, lorry fare for people to be crying. When I went to Ghana, going from Accra to I was about 90 or was it 100 Ghana. By the time I left, within a couple of months, it came to be 250 overnight. Inflation rate in Ghana double 150 in certain places. And if you go if you say it's the norm, I never see that. I live in the first world, the capital of the world, and even with that country, the president do the same thing for people to get break. Whether it's like releasing barrels of millions of barrels of crude oil or gas. So the pipes, the gas station will not be inflating their market. They do it. It's only in Africa. Simply because one thing that you guys don't know too, from the president to his every relative, to his cabinet, to his press secretaries, all these people, I'm calling this. I was in Ghana and I have so much material. Nobody is paying for petrol or gasoline. Nobody is paying for water bill. All those people. Nobody is paying for electricity. So if they are not paying for these three fundamental things that make the economy to become unbearable, how would they relate to the average Ghanaian? It's a question you ask yourself. How would they relate? They could give a damn. They don't care. When you, the average person, going to the market, hopping out from truck and Texas, crying every day, they could give care less. They could give a damn. They don't care because they don't pay for everything. They get vouchers from the ministers, the regional ministers to what and what. They all get free vouchers. Their wife, children, their girlfriends, everybody is getting free ride. It's only you, the average Joe in Ghana, who they are bleeding for them to gain. And to make matters worse, they end up by taking the loans. There was not a country or a government in Ghana history who ever gave loans and aid than Akufo-Addo government. Due to coronavirus, we have so much money, so much of it that came into that country. And everything was disappearing overnight. And yet when you talk, you guys come to say, oh, because you are NDC, today I pledge my allegiance to the NDC party. 2024, if I'm alive by the grace of God, I'm going to campaign throughout for NDC. I pledge my allegiance to it. If that's what will change Ghana, so be it. Today, a Ghanaian, you have to be a blind person, or you have to be someone that they use something to fold your eyes, and you cannot see, what the black and white is in Ghana. Even as far as going to go sell Achimota Forest and divide it among themselves. I'm calling this that they gave 5 acres to the vice president wife Shamira Bomia. I'm calling this. They say they gave 10 acres to Akufo-Addo's wife. I'm calling that too. And the rest, they divided among themselves. The poor will suffer and go buy lands to build. And this current administration, when you build your place finish, one of them will go and take the whole land and demolish everybody's property over there without a compensation or anything. And nobody is saying anything. Simply because Akufo-Addo never come to Ghana to better Ghana. They came to steal and steal and steal. It's you, the Ghanaian, the average Ghanaian, it's your duty to get up and stand up for Mother Ghana, for the nation, for the continent of Africa. Anyone that believes you have no way to go, stand up to voice your opinion. All those lies that they are saying that, oh, Boko Haram and then ISIS is coming. Nobody is coming anywhere. We never had. Ghana has always been peaceful. They are the ones that are doing this because of what they stole so much. They're trying to find a way to exit. Whether they plunge down your country into chaos, whether they plunge Ghana into civil war, that's the strategy they are trying to look for. All these lies. Oh, if you see any strange thing, call someone. Since when do you ever see that Ghana, we are multicultural languages country? None of us speak one language. We have over 26 languages in that country. If your fellow person does not speak your language, mean that he's a strange person, if you can't understand them. And since when? West Africans, we are the same family. Let's not take to sit and be silent and let this few to destroy Mother Ghana. We have so many people that share blood from the colonialism, before colonialism, whether it's slavery and all that. Dr. Nkrumah ever said that there is no independent Ghana till the whole continent of Africa become independent. The first black nation in the whole world was Ghana. And in doing so, Ghana does not belong to all of us or only Ghanaians. Ghana belongs to Africans, black Africans. Today, go to Kwame Nkrumah Circle. The former president, Dramani Mahama, came and built it. It was so nice. I remember Nigerian actor came and said, oh, Ghana is looking like Dubai. Today, go there. You'll be sad. Go to the Nkrumah Mausoleum, the Memorial Center. Today, you will shed tears. Do you know why? My fellow countrymen and women, it's so sad. Our lack of understanding is so small. It's so small. Why wouldn't they call us primitive and we're sad and say, yes, our forefathers were primitives? From where? It's we who are easily to be brainwashed, some of us. Today, as we speak, these people are sitting there taking your money. They will go give contract and know what they are doing with the high-end loans they take for 20, 50 years. Those loans, your grandchildren will pay for them. They will build the highway. One rain came and washed the highway away. Railways was washed away. They have a pedestrian bridge, whether it was in whatever area in Accra. There's one rain washed the thing. They came and said it was sabotage. Let's ask MPP people. Was the road you just constructed, was it sabotaged too by the rain? Was the railway sabotaged? When someone is good for your country, countrymen and women, you guys give credit. You know, I'm so glad you taking a lantern and flashlight, broad daylight, looking for former President John Dramani Mahama. broad daylight. You know, at times they used to say that the good deed you do in this world, you don't see your pay till you leave the world. But God has awakened every Ghanaian, each of us. If we fail to see what God is telling us, it's we, the Ghanaians, who will suffer from it. Nobody ever do good and see the reward in your lifetime, except this former President John Dramani Mahama. Today, what is happening in Ghana? People are crying. When I was there, whether I'm in a taxi, and I bad they mean to be that. Uncle Foy, what I'm saying, they be man because I want to abada. Got to be. Be over to a bar. Man, what to among your party lines, you. 2 months pro now, obey to me, yes, you chrome, edu, with the at the camel. Or be out to a bar man, and procon bet my general war home, anyone call that any future children. San procon esa would be a conjunction, and your obia also here. I bet you know, me a lawyer, me a descender, and I wouldn't be out on law school. And no mobile so money they lead here, or money be a woman baby or more, be on baby, no mobile, no much chest cut the monk of all sorry. But I don't blame them, I blame we Ghanaians. All the suffering you guys are going through, I get up every day and say hallelujah, shalom to it. Assalamu alaikum. We deserve it all, and we haven't seen anything yet. More is yet to come, Ghanaians. You guys deserve it all. You guys deserve it. You were the one champion going out cursing people, beating people. Today, inshallah, the suffering, is it the NDC only? No. The suffering in Ghana, is it the Northerners only who are suffering? And let me tell people today, those people that will come and say, oh, and NDC, this girl belongs to NDC, what and what, she's a Northerner. I'm half Ashanti and North too. So I can say anything that is wrong in Ghana, it affects me too. I have families in throughout the whole Ghana. The Ewe land, the Ashanti, the Akan land, anyone, Gans, we are all related. I have Ashanti blood in me, 50%. So when you guys talk, I use my brain to talk. If they say if you go to the wisest people land, or if you were born wiser, and you cannot use that wiseness that God has put on you, the enlightenment, the wisdom God has imposed on you, upon you, if you cannot use that wisdom to enlighten people, then having it was of no use. Today, and those that don't know and will question, who is this lady? If you don't want to Google me, you will find the book of my ancestor who built the kingdom of Wala with Dana Suri. You know where I'm coming from. It runs in my DNA. I'm a descendant of Widana. So when I talk about distance, I care about humanity just as my forefather gave everything for humanity. All his property. I'm holding the Kente material that I've been crying all distance. You watching this? That's part of my heritage. You come back here. This is my heritage. I have both. And I can hold them all and talk about Ghana issue. Without these two things, there is no Africa. Before this cloth, there were just before. When we started having tribal wars, Kaizen, that's when they started putting names, meanings, and colors on this cloth. It was never made like this. If you go, you can Google all this. They say, if someone says something you don't understand, go to take the internet and check it. This, if you go Southern Africa, all the way to the West, North Africa, East Africa, Western Africa, this is what we all use. The Kente we know today. So nobody will say that this Kente is belong to the one group. All this Kente is for the continent of Africa, whether we like it or not. That's the thing that also. So to people that don't know, and when they hear you talk, they go like, oh, and I will say, and this and that, you belong to NDC. It's the way we raise it. I don't even understand our people anymore. I don't understand it. Today, this hardship, the overnight inflation, 150% in Ghana, is it the MDC alone who is suffering? It's all of us. So my dear brothers and sisters, let's unite as one. Whether you are MPP, NDC, CPP, a broken or whatever you are, if we really want Mother Ghana, the continent of Africa, to be a place, just like what President Kagame is doing in Rwanda, let's come together. Let's put tribalism aside and find the finest of the finest among us. And you know, anytime you sit and allow your country to be divided among party lines, that country will never head anywhere in life. And that's exactly what Ghana has reduced to. And then what kind of country is that you can't even appoint someone that knows what they are doing? You know, former Kufuor did this things. Even John Dramani Mahama did the same thing. Tamils did too. He put people that wasn't NDC people when they were in office. He came, he didn't change them. Kufuor did the same thing. He left them there because they were good. Why is it that today we sit and divide ourselves among party lines? I thought the parties were supposed to be things that we talk about things and see what can make the country better. When their party that is saying that they are not doing good, then you vote the following day, voting, you change your vote and vote for a person that's suited and fit to do the job for every Ghanaian. As we talk, when Kufuor was in power, there were no Ghanaian who complained. So did John Dramani Mahama. Everything was good. Today, you go to Ghana, it's whom you know and what party you belong to. That's what Ghana has reduced today. And even among the party, is divided into 2 or 3 groups. I'm talking, as I talk, I'm calling this too. They have the Alain Chiromantun group, and they have my brother Bawumia group, and they have the Achim Side group, which I think that's where my brother Bawumia is. Please, Biko, I will say this again, Biko Ghanaians, no matter what we do in this world, we should always bear in mind that at the end of the day, all this stealing, hiding money, at the end of the day, you answer it, you die and leave it all. You won't take it anywhere. If that was the case, the guy called Sir John or whatever who passed, he could have taken everything. I'm calling this. There were a guy that they claimed that he came into politics 2017, and they can count. It's a quote. 75 houses, 10 of 75 houses in East Legon alone. If this is not robbery, highway robbery, what will you call this? Today, as we talk, you get up and see the children who are robbing people and say, oh, we have too many armed robbers in Ghana. Who are turning the children to be armed robbers? It's the government. If the government is stealing broad daylight, telling people to steal, how much more those that finish school and come find a job? And if the government finance minister can open his mouth and say they should go and look for and become entrepreneurs and open their own businesses, they do not have jobs for any new graduate anymore. What are you telling them? And you guys are in there stealing. Do you ever have in mind that you're sick with a transplant, you can go on retirement for them to replace someone? Do you guys ever think that we have about 60 plus people working in the offices who cannot use computers, and we have fresh brains who can use computers in place? Do you ever think about those things? You talk and they get up, try to come after you, to block me, froze my everything. I couldn't do anything down when it comes to money-wise. God is great, but that could not silence me, and I will talk more and talk more. I pledge my allegiance. If calling the truth out, is that going to make me an NDC? So that be it, I will become NDC and stand behind my brother. Today, I'm so proud to call John Dramani Mahama a brother from the north. Ghanaians, I'm so glad that I used to tell you guys that at the end of the day, during this election last year, 2 years or 4, almost 6 years ago, I said at least I know at the end of the day, I know I'm at the right side of history. If you can find my videos, you still will hear it. And today, bravo, kudos. I was right all along. So if you guys, the ones that are still sleeping in a dark room, are the ones that know where your head goes. So nobody in this world will come and rescue Ghanaians but yourself. The Arab Spring, nobody came to rescue them. They took to the street to demand change and equality. You cannot sit for 1% to take everything you have. And to make matters worse in Accra, the ministers will get up and take Sarant and take all the street, those people that are paying taxes, to stop them, block them all, so they'll come and pass. And you call yourself an equal. to a Western leader. You are not. You are a tyrant, a disgrace to leadership throughout the world. You know, let's change our ways. Let's take to the street, Ghanaians. You guys are the ones suffering. There's no any bat or any Boko Haram or anything in Ghana. It's this government propaganda. They're trying to find a way out. All your monies that they stole, they want to find a chaos to plunge Ghana into civil war so they can run with their money and hide. Let's be wiser than that. Let's make sure Ghana stay the same turn, the same way as they came and met it. Let's make sure they leave Ghana how it was. Ghanaians are the most kindest people throughout the West African continent, sub-region. I'm sorry. Ghanaians are the most kindest people. I know that. I was born and raised in Ghana. And I will say it again and say it today. So if we sit and let a few to destroy the future of this country, the country that our forefathers and mother bled, sacrificed their blood for those that sell out people who sold Ghana throughout their life to be back in power and still selling, and you sit silent, you are the one that are going to suffer. Nobody. It's not me. I'm not even living in Ghana. And today I'm calling upon everybody, if you believe in what I'm saying, join the page. Follow Northern Unity page. We need more followers. If you want us to make an impact, to change the dynamics of politics in Ghana, change my page. Join it. Join this page. We need more followers. Help share the videos and we'll get far. If those that cannot talk, you have no way to talk because you live in the dictatorship country and the tyrant people are there intimidating, using national security to destroy people's businesses, froze your bank account. Join my page. Give us voice so that we'll talk for you guys. Till I live, I will use my breath. It's the last breath. I will fight for Mother Ghana. I have the birthright to talk about Ghanaian issue. So the intimidation to the current president and the government is not working. And if anything happened to me in Ghana, whether you are in power or not, we will sue your descendants in court of law. Even if it's Hague, we'll take you guys over there. Let's not sit and let a few who never give a damn about Ghana, even the beginning of Ghana, to get Ghana to become independent, they never give a damn about Ghana. How much more now? Look at what's going on. All the people that were brave, whether it's Paul or Dumako or whatever, Good Evening TV is there, making noise, all the propaganda stations, they are all silent because they got what they wanted. Ghanaians, we shouldn't be stupid. Sit there and be ignorant and let this few to take everything that the rifle, like everything that is ours. Ghana belongs to every Ghanaian. Whether you are Korobo, Ghana, Adange, Nzema, Fante, Ahanta, Ashanti, Mose, Farfara, Kanjaga, Wala, Gurishi, you name all the tribe, the Bomba, One Prince, every tribe in Ghana. Ghana belongs to all of us. Ghana does not belong to one group. We have to have that in mind. So I come today to call and say, Biko, if we want to benefit from Ghana and live in Ghana as the country we know, and we have nowhere to run to, let's start taking to the street to demonstrate. Let's call the leaders up there, they need to resign. The stealing is unbearable. Once upon a time, they lied on John Dramani Mahama. And in his lifetime, people came to sit and say, John Dramani Mahama, forgive us. They pay us to lie on you so they can come to power. And you was kasu yenye yet is kasu and bindi. Today, where is the scar he claimed they were sitting on? Where is the scar? And the Ghanaians are not getting it. Today, I'm calling this. They say from Akufo, Kufuor government to Atamils, 2 government, to John Dramani Mahama, 3 government. The combined loans those 3 government took. Akufo-Addo administration took it all one time. And yet, we have nothing in Ghana to show for, except a highway that has been washed away. Except the railways that is washed away, or the pedestrian bridge in Alaju or whatever, who was washed away and they say it's sabotage. You see what they are doing? Nobody will tell you whether it's the GMS and they were all part of it anyway. They came with their gang ready to steal, to make sure anyone that come after them, believe me, I know John Dramani Mahama is going to win the election, the next election. I saw it in my dream, but it's going to be hard for him. Do you know why? These people mess up everything and so. Do you know how bad it is when you know your country is failing? When the diplomats who are from your country in the foreign lands in Europe, bank accounts were froze overnight for money laundering. That's when you know your country is in trouble. I'm calling this. All these new people they came out with before this new wave, bank accounts were frozen overnight in European countries. Whether it's the offshore accounts that they are warning people, whether it's the business deal that they cut everybody not to deal with it. I always say, listen, our issues can be solved if we come together as one and put tribalism aside. Ghanaians, we can solve our issues. We hold leadership accountable. But when you sit and take kickbacks and say, it's not my business to talk, and forget that it may not be your business today, but tomorrow it's going to become your business. My brothers and sisters, let's do the right thing and speak for Mother Ghana, demonstrate peaceful, hold leadership accountable, and make sure this Mother Ghana stay how it is. The Mother Ghana, the country of Ghana, our forefathers and mothers didn't die in vain. Whether it's those that were kept in captivity, whether it's the ones that died in the wars, fought wars, whether the ones that went to Second World War, all those people, including my own father, their fight didn't go into vain. We have a country still called Ghana, and we have everything in that continent, in Africa and in Ghana. It's just that we have failed leadership. I say something, in my next video, I will say this thing. I just want to bring it a little bit for us all to start thinking about what can we do to solve poverty in Africa. And that's including the AU. The Chinese did it, so did the Japanese. Poverty was everywhere, and they realized we are human beings, we are selfish, greedy. Whether it's men being greedy, one cannot settle with one wife. In our continent, one wife is not our thing. My forefather and mothers, my grandfather has over 10 wives. He was a chief. My forefather was a king. Even though I don't know how many wives he has, but I know our culture would marry too many wives. Why not put a measure in place that if a man is entitled for 4 wives, each wife, the minimum children you can have will be 2. Let's have it like a thought. Think about it, sleep on it, and see whether that will solve our issues in Africa. I came to Africa. My immediate family wasn't my issue. It was the extended family. This person this person this. I have to call my husband to send me money. And the money I will call for them to send, the government also block it in Ghana. It's sad. So it comes to the point that I will sit and think and say, how can we eradicate poverty in Ghana, in the African continent? If the Chinese can do 1 child, 1 family to eradicate poverty, they are about 1 billion plus. All of them may not be rich, but they are surviving. Today in Ghana, you come and you see one person with 15, 20 children, and they don't have jobs, and still claiming that God will provide. Let's think about what I just said. That will be the next video. But today's video title is that Rise Ghanaian, all Ghanaian citizens, rise to come to Mother Ghana rescue. Rescue the nation of Ghana. Your country needs you. The citizens of Ghana, your mother needs you to rise and demonstrate whole leadership accountable. Let them come out to admit this failure is not acceptable in anywhere in the world. And then I never see any country that is still broad daylight without not even ashamed. Today, all the propaganda stations are quiet. None of them are talking. Christian country, council, they are not talking. Why are you guys silent? Because it's no longer John Dramani Mahama. Isn't God wonderful? Today, the former president is like, Shalom, hallelujah, assalamu alaikum to all this. Today, I stand as a child of God with dignity, with my neck and head high, without bowing down and saying that I'm on what? Disgrace. With all this useless women. People talk and they'll come say, Kevin Taylor is saying this. All these useless girls will come, they pay you to come and lie. And oh, this guy was my boyfriend. So, he's a good-looking man, a northerner, a child from the north, a man from the north, who stand among men, the giant of the giant. So what? Whatever the person do with their personal life, I could care less. It's what you do with the government is what I care about. And that's what we have to all hold them accountable for. So I come today because of this. But anyone that like what I'm doing, what Princess Suri-Widana is doing, help me share the video, follow this page. Anyone that want Mother Ghana to be rescued and for us to hold leadership accountable, follow the page. And I'm going to invite people to come into my house and we'll talk about issues concerning Africa and then Ghana. And we'll get people to come account to talk about what you guys can do. Maybe at times when you are in Ghana, the leadership, and when they are like become blind, it takes some people to wake them up to listen, to let them know, listen, what you are doing is no. We cannot sit and watch for you guys to spoil the country, the beloved Ghana. I come today, and if it is intimidation is not working. I stand here as a proud northern princess from the kingdom of Wala. I'm come today to talk to everybody. Nobody is going to come from anywhere to rescue us but ourselves. You know, once Bob Marley ever made a music and said we should free ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves could free our minds. And if we cannot and sit and say, oh, what can we do? You can do more. One, whether it's about standing, taking yourself, whether it's about fasting not to eat a day, to protest peacefully, take to the street, demand relief on the gas stations, demand relief on your electricity, demand relief from the water and storage company. They are not paying enough distance. How can they relate to you guys, Ghanaians? They talk, you see, I was in Ghana, I was paying 5 million Ghana cedis a month for my house. For one air conditioner, nobody was there, it was only me. It came to the point, it went to 6 million Ghana cedis. My water, I'm not spending that much water. I was paying 200 Ghana cedis for water. I asked them for what? Did I have a leakage? They came and checked everywhere and say no. And then to make matters worse, you go there, they say, oh, they're trying to, you know, they have something called privacy, Ghana government, and then there's national intelligence. Whatever the BNI or whatever it is, you don't, abuse of power is not something. We have freedom of speech. And we have rights, equal rights. And we have the Hague Court that represents humanity. Do not abuse power because the government put you into going around to abuse citizens. That's abuse of power. Whether it's about using someone, telling people to go register their SIM card with their Ghana ID, and then you link everything, whether it's their bank account, whether it's their phone number, the day-to-day activity, when they don't reason with you and they are not in your power to keep silent, then you go after them because they don't like what you are doing, because they are voicing their opinion for what you guys are stealing from Ghana. Then you start putting the national security on them to terrorize them. And that's exactly what Ghana government did to me when I was in Ghana. Whether it's freezing my assets that I couldn't even move around. When I couldn't take it, I had to leave the country. And that's exactly what happened to me. Listen, they have rules and laws in place in the world. We have United Nations, so the Hague. Whatever you do, you will be held accountable. Because they are committing all this crime, whether it's Kennedy at the pump, flashing Ahmed Swale picture, broad daylight, and a couple of months later, the guy is dead. And he was never held accountable because his government is in place. You think you can continue abusing power? Believe me, they say every day you climb a goat roof. One day you climb a mad dog roof. And you see what it will take Ghana to. Because you guys do your duty. I know among you guys are the ones that God-fearing people. Among you guys, the national security are the ones that believe in Mother Ghana. Among you guys are the ones that believe in humanity. Among you guys are the God people. Please, do the right thing. Do the right thing for the country Ghana. Don't become somebody package change simply because they are giving you change. How do you guys sleep at night? All these people that are still in Ghana and wake up and say, oh, I'm fine because I have money to spend. When you take him from the poor, how do you sleep at night? At the end of the day, ask yourself, all these people that, whether it's a Delta Force creation or whatever you guys are doing, at the end of the day, to my brother and the northern brothers, use your head. Don't let somebody use you to do their dirty deeds for them. Use your head. Use once upon a time, there were one north. And the leaders talk and the children listen. Go back to those generations. Use your minds wisely. Nobody say you can't defend Mother Ghana, but in the right way, when the country needs you, not when the few need you to go around and terrorize people. That's not what we were put in this world for. I come today because of this. Thank you, and may the Lord bless all of us and protect Mother Ghana from all this tyrant and then this dictator leaderships in Ghana. May the Lord bless everybody that blogged, to all the bloggers in Ghana. You are in my prayers, and kudos to you guys. Keep it up, keep the fight. God will always be there to protect us all. Anyone that blog, those that cannot blog, those that will take to the street, God will protect us all. Inshallah, by the grace of Him. Shalom. I come today because of anyone that love what I'm doing. Help me share my videos. I'm no longer even going to sit and make videos. I will stand and make them. That's how much outrageous things that is happening in Ghana. That's how much mad I become because of what happened to me in Ghana. And if saying these things will make Ghanaians to label me NDC, so be it. I'm NDC all the way out from today going. I can never change my mind. Till Ghana is rescued, I can never. Thank you for taking your time out to follow my videos. Bye.